welcome back. You see me? So peeps, today we'll be talking about a late reggae veteran that goes by the name John Holt. You know, John Holt is an entertainer who started his career in the early 1960s, you know what I mean? He started his career as a young man, you know, just like many other reggae artists. You know, Dennis Brown started out in career very young. You know, artists like even Coco T, them, Gregory Isaac, and so on and so forth, you know what I mean? John Holt entered and won many talent shows when he was young and trying, you know what I mean? Growing up as a young man in his community, people recognized his talent, they saw that he could sing, you know what I mean? And people always encouraged him. And he knew from a very young age that the career path that he wanted to take was music, and as such, he was resilient, you know what I mean? Him never give up, him fight the fight until him eventually get him break as part of a group known as the Paragons. Yes, people, that is where John Holt first got his break before sometime after breaking off and becoming a very, very successful solo artist, you know what I mean? And this is the reason why, people, I personally believe that the persons who are giving titles to entertainers should really think about it before them lock the shop, you know what I mean? Or think about giving the titles in many different ways, you know what I mean? First king, second king, first prince, second prince, because that's where it goes. And the talent does not stop with one person, because Dennis Brown is truly a prince, but you know what I mean? Artists like John Holt really did his part, you know what I mean? He came around from in the days of ska and he put in the work, you know what I mean? And he has established for himself a very, very successful career. He's a true stalwart and a patriot for Jamaica. He is one who assisted in spreading the genre of our music worldwide to the four corners of the earth. And as such, you know, we over here at Wildlife College Channel have to acknowledge the great work that John Holt has done and several others. So we're gonna delve a bit into his musical journey. Narrator, take it away.
On an island renowned for its superb vocalists and composers, John Holt remains head and shoulders above the rest as one of Jamaica's sweetest singers and enduring songwriters. He voiced and penned so many of the country's classics that, in a way, Holt defined the Highlands sound. Born in the Greenwich Farm area of Kingston, Jamaica, on July 11, 1947, the young Holt took his first steps into the music business through the talent show circuit. Talent shows have always had a massive popularity in Jamaica, and the top ones were initially broadcast live on radio and later on television. Many of the island's greatest artists, Gregory Isaacs amongst them, made their first appearances in talent shows, and it has proved an excellent training ground for young hopefuls. In 1958, the 12-year-old Holt entered his first contest, run by promoter Joseph Verjon. Over the next 4 years, the youngster became a staple of these shows, notching up a record-breaking 28 titles. His dulcet tones were soon familiar to a much larger audience, as a number of these contests were broadcasts of Radio Jamaica. For his final victory in 1962, Holt performed Solomon Burke's Just Out of Reach. The talented teen was quickly snapped up by producer Leslie Kong, who recorded Holt's debut single, Forever I'll Stay, I Cried a Tear. From there, the youngster began working with producer Clive Chin, debuting the partnership with Rum Bumper, a duet with Alton Ellis. More singles followed, but none really captured the island's imagination. That all began to change in 1964 when Holt joined the vocal group the Paragons, replacing founding member Leroy Stamp. It was about this time that another founding member, Junior Mens, also departed and his place taken by Howard Barrett. The group's lineup was completed by veteran members Bob Andy and Tyrone Evans, and it was this grouping that recorded Good Luck and Goodbye for Coxsone Dodd. Ironically, this is precisely what Andy said to his bandmates soon after the single's release, as he quit the group to pursue a solo career. Now reduced to a trio, and with both Evans and Barrett holding full-time jobs, Holt was entrusted with the dual role of composer and arranger, positions for which he turned out to be ideally suited, and the timing couldn't have been more perfect. Ska was withering under the hot Jamaican sun, with rocksteady rising to take its place. Its slower tempo was perfect for vocal groups and Holt's pen seemed especially cut for the easygoing beat and pop flavor that the style embraced. Soon after, the trio linked with Duke Reid, a producer never at home with ska, but the ultimate purveyor of rocksteady. By 1968, the Paragons were Jamaica's premier vocal group, with virtually every one of their releases a hit. Although the group did record covers, notably Island in the Sun, much of their material was composed by Holt, and the popularity of his songs is evident by the number of other prominent vocalists who recorded their own cover versions of them. In 1968, Holt set off on a parallel solo career, recording for producers Bunny Lee and Harry J. The following year, the Paragons returned to Dodd, where the trio continued on a successful path. 1970, however, brought an abrupt end to the group when Evans and Barrett both went to the US after being awarded scholarships. Holt, however, merely picked up the pace of his solo recordings, cutting songs for a variety of different producers. His work with Dodd was particularly exemplary and boasts a slew of classics including Tonight, Stranger in Love, and A Love I Can Feel. The latter song titled Holt's 1971 album, which compiled many of his hits with Dodd. Like a Bolt, released that same year, bundles up recordings done with Duke Reid, including the hit Alibaba, which quickly became one of Reid's most versioned rhythms. Prince Buster cut a number of gems with the singer, including the exquisite Rain from the Sky, while Alvin Ranglin also recorded a number of charming numbers, notably Son of the Wise. During this same time, Phil Pratt scored a hit with a recut, My Heart Is Gone, a song Holt initially recorded for Dodd. Arguably, the best work the singer recorded in the early 70s was for Bunny Lee, including the classic Tonight. However, their biggest success was a cover of Stick By Me, deliberately arranged to take advantage of the latest dance craze, the John Crow. The song stuck to the Jamaican charts for an amazing 23 weeks and became the biggest selling single of the year. Holt was no exception. However, there are a number of albums from these later years worth picking up. For holiday parties, one can't beat 1986's The John Holt Christmas album, which is split between traditional numbers and covers of rock's festive best from the likes of Slade, Mud, John Lennon, and George Michael Bezier, but it works. Equally effective is 1989's Why I Care, which finds Holt back in the dancehall, accompanied by producer Hugh Redman James' most militant rhythms. In 1993, the singer decided to expand his musical horizons on reggae hip house R&B flavor. And while not always successful, it is certainly intriguing. 1997's All Night Long features such great stars as Johnny Clark, Screwdriver, and Letitia Vining, updating old hits and a few new numbers. But perhaps the best album of the decade, New Horizon, came at its end, a solid set overseen by Roy Francis and Computer Paul. Across the decade, Holt made numerous acclaimed appearances at Reggae Soundslash, and the singer continues to compose, record, and perform. All that's missing is a compilation worthy of Holt's genius. The best on offer was the Trojan label's My Girl Wears a Crown, which compiles the best of the singer's recordings with the Paragons. Of his solo material, Can't Keep Us Apart bundles up 20 singles cut with Bunny Lee and their dub companions. Having been taken ill at the One Love Festival on August 16, Holt died on October 19, 2014 in a London hospital. John Holt was a Jamaican singer, songwriter, and one of the most beloved figures in reggae music. He was born on July 11, 1947 in Kingston, Jamaica. Holt is best known for his smooth, soulful voice and his deep contributions to the reggae genre, both as a solo artist and as part of the vocal group The Paragons. Holt's musical journey started in the early 1960s. His first major exposure came when he joined The Paragons in 1963, a reggae group that had a significant impact on Jamaican music during that era. The group's best-known track, The Tide is High, written by Holt, became a massive hit and was later famously covered by Blondie in the 1980s. The song's catchy melody and poignant lyrics have made it one of reggae's iconic tracks. After leaving the Paragons in 1970, John Holt went on to enjoy a very successful solo career. His solo work moved between reggae, rocksteady, and soul, incorporating elements of smooth R&B. His rich, emotive voice made him a favorite in Jamaica and internationally. Holt's solo career really took off with songs like Help Me Make It Through the Night, a cover of Christopher's song. This was a major hit in Jamaica and gave him recognition beyond reggae circles. Alibaba, a well-loved classic in reggae circles. Sitting in the Park, a smooth, romantic tune that captured the essence of his mellow style. Stick By Me, a beautiful love song that became an anthem for his loyal fans. John Holt was known for his versatility. While he made a name for himself in reggae and rocksteady, his influence stretched into pop and soul music as well. His style blended Jamaican music with international sensibilities, creating timeless tracks that resonated with a broad audience. Even after his passing in 2014, Holt's music continues to be cherished, especially in the reggae community. He's remembered not only for his great hits, but for the way he helped shape the evolution of Jamaican music.
Narrator, thank you very much. So people, you have heard it for yourself. John Holt has made a significant contribution to the development and the empowerment of our music, you know what I mean? Assisting to spread the joy of our culture around the world. You know, John Holt did his fair bit. We have to give John Holt what is due to him. You know, a lot of persons, they want to praise Bob Marley, you know, them give Dennis Brown the praises and so on and so forth. But we over here, we spread the joy across the board full time, you know what I mean? John Holt is a legend. He has not always had the smoothest of journey. We have to really commend John Holt on that. You so many people, yeah man, John Holt, it was never an easy road. You know, John Holt has now passed and gone. But at the end of the day, we still have to give on to Caesar what is due to Caesar. So peeps, you can leave your views about this legend in the comment section. As also, you can like, comment, and share. Peace.
Any John. All John.
Hold on there, John. But a little John this. I had the real John.
Any John. Same John. Wow. Police in helicopter. I look for Omar. Soldiers in the streets looking for Brother Pan. Wheel it up. Amen. Wow. Police in helicopter. I look for Brother Pan. Soldiers in the streets, I look for Brother Pan. Policemen in the streets, I look for Brother Pan. But while they're looking for the man, he's out there making peace. Brother Pan is the peacemaker. We don't make no war. Well, yo, how you feeling? First time in your town, everything seemed cool. Next road.
Man called John Holt, other than a 12-inch foot. What I'm gonna say so?
Any number can win. Cease. How you mean? Upper Camp. Remember that place there? To my schoolmate at primary school. Okana, same name. Wow. Well. When I used to go to school, you know they taught me the golden rule. They say, son, you better know yourself. Wheel it up. How you feeling? A love I can feel. Whoa. I want a love I can feel. That's the only kind of we love. Take it up.
Love your mommy better, love your daddy. Nobody really go, I ain't nobody. Love all this sexy lady. Girl pick you, no look clean and nice. Enough respect and love on yourself. Come in, John Holt, only cut than 12 inches bolt. Man called Junior Wheeler. Anything test tonight at detrimental. Or what am I say soap?
Same thing, you know. Oh, this song is for the girls in the house tonight. Cease it up, start it over. Cause we dedicate this one to all the ladies tonight. Nice ladies are here tonight. Stealing love, stealing love. Well, on the silent steps it will creep up on you. Mystic form it will kiss you too. Sing it out. Be careful, be careful. Love get a hold on you like a thief in the night. Hey, stealing, stealing, stealing. Wave your hands, everybody, come on. Stealing, stealing, stealing. It will make you run until you wanna hurt yourself. Be careful, be careful. Love get a hold on you like a thief in the night. Stealing, stealing, stealing. Stealing, stealing, stealing. Next one, Ray. How you doing? No more tribal war. Omar Davis rule. Tribal war. We don't want no more at all. Wave your hands, everybody. Well, well, well. Tribal war. I know that we are defeated. Oh no. I give God praises in the morning